Hello everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Chocolate Living. Thanks for joining me today. It's a Sunday morning here as I'm filming this, and I'm just sitting out on the deck eating some papaya this morning. Those big papayas I had the other day are ripe now. And I cut the first one this morning. Just out here having breakfast. I'm still new enough here to where I'm exploring, hanging out, and sitting in different spots just to experience the view. As you can see, I got a little lightweight hoodie on. It was a little bit chilly here tonight. That's about 8:15, 8:30. It's warming up, so I'll be coming out of this pretty soon, and hopefully getting some sun here in a little bit. Had a nice little rain come through yesterday. I was literally sitting in the clouds. The clouds were all around me. But anyway, on to the video. The point of the video this morning is raw vegan sanity. I think so many people are not able to do this lifestyle, or even just a high carb vegan lifestyle, because they, and I've talked about this over and over, but I think it's one of those things you just kind of got to keep drilling into people, because they have, they put too much pressure on themselves. They have too many expectations. And as on the current train of thought of flow, they don't just let it happen. I like to think back to when I first came to this lifestyle and why I took to it, you know, especially with my past. I wasn't coming from a healthy place. I was kind of coming from a crazy place. So, you know, I kind of wonder sometimes, like, why I took to this lifestyle and why it just kind of progressed. It kind of flowed on its own, and it just worked for me, and it just immediately, you know, was part of it. It was just easy from the beginning, despite all the mistakes, because I never did put any of that pressure on myself. I remember watching videos, you know, and like I've talked about a number of times, when you come into this lifestyle and you're new to it, completely new, and you're just starting to get all the information and watch people's videos and read everything, it can overwhelm you, and you can tend to get into this little, I caught myself real quick getting into this, like, oh well, God, I'm not doing that right. Oh my gosh, I don't have the right knife. I don't have the right this. Oh, it's not all organic. Oh, it's not this. Oh, this person over there, they're just living on this. They don't even eat this. Comparing yourself with other people, that's a big thing too. You're not another person. You're you. You're exactly where you are on your stage of your journey. And you can't, it's just not logical. It makes no sense to compare yourself to another person or try to hold yourself up to somebody else's standard. For me, it was just like, you know, the old saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And I just kind of didn't, you know, I've had no expectations all along. I just put that one foot out there. I took that step, and then I've just kind of been continually going and seeing where it led. And as I'm talking about the flow and letting things happen and all that kind of stuff, I think it was just, like I say, a natural progression. It just, I didn't really think about, okay, is it, well, maybe a couple of years into this lifestyle I did, but in the beginning I didn't think of, like, you know, am I supposed to be doing this right now? I just let it happen. You know, I ate where I was comfortable. When I was at, like, if there's levels going up and just my level against myself, where I was here and I was eating like this, and then I got a little better, a little better, a little better. Even when I was down here, I just realized, you know, I realized early on that that's where I was supposed to be right now, and I didn't push myself to move on. I did the best I could at that level. I kind of kept educating myself. Slowly things would start chipping away. I'd drop eating this, and I'd read about this, or I'd hear about this, and I'd be like, oh, well, that probably isn't the best for me, and I'd get rid of it, making minor tweaks. And then as time went by, when I was ready, I would make the next jump, you know, like maybe I would start doing this, or maybe I would start doing that. But when I was ready, you know, in the very beginning, I was very, what is the word I'm trying to use? I was very convinced by the raw vegan aspect of the high carb vegan lifestyle, and I did want to go as high raw vegan as possible. But even back then, I saw people kind of trying to do it a little too fast, what I considered, in my opinion, and they were constantly failing, going back and forth, going back and forth. I never had that patience. I never wanted to go forward and then have that, you know, set back and then go forward, I just figured I'd rather inch down the road little by little by little and never take, not to mean that I don't do some things that aren't perfect sometime, but I don't mean enough of it to take like a major step back in your lifestyle. I'm talking about the people back and forth, back and forth. I'd rather just ease down the road, constantly going forward. And I did. And as I got over the initial mistakes I had made, not eating enough and, constantly low blood sugar, got super skinny. And as I started correcting these mistakes, I really understood that a little bit more even then, about how it was all about progressing at your own pace. And back almost to day one, I have never really pushed myself. Nothing I do is pushing. Even when I've been, like, sometimes I talk about extreme, and some things I do may look extreme, like when I've gone through these periods of extreme no overts, low overts, whatever, and just eating fruit and greens and a few other vegetables in there. But in general, I don't know. I have always kind of known, how far to go and how much to do and when to pull back a little bit. And when I'm eating, really, really clean, when I'm like, okay, I want some overt fats back in there. I want a little bit more fat today than what I used to have. It's just like I say, it's become a balance. I spoke about that in a video probably about a month or so ago. It's become a balance between learning new information and listening to my body. And as I said in that one, I remember a video that I said that in. In the beginning, it's more about, because you don't have anything to base your body on because you haven't done this. So in the beginning, it's more about getting the knowledge, learning about the facts, learning about the science behind the high-carb vegan lifestyle, a plant-based diet. And as you go, it'll get a little bit less that you're relying on other things, but you are still relying on it because you've incorporated a lot of times people get kind of freaked out on the whole listen to your body, go by your intuition, like it's some woo-woo stuff out there. It's not. It's like a computer. Your brain's just like a database. You have assimilated, when you're listening to your body after you've been doing this lifestyle for a while, you're using information, you're using that knowledge, you're using all the stuff you've uploaded or downloaded into your hard drive there, and it's just become incorporated into you, and you know how to use that knowledge. So I mean, don't get caught up like I'm trying to say I think the people like to go one way or the other. It's always nicer to make it's always more fun to some people to kind of make it an either or, but there's a lot of gray in between there. But anyhow, it's all about the journey. And it's all about being happy, healthy, and not having a bunch of stress along the way. So I just wanted to start the week out by saying that if you will just start enjoying this ride, and if you will make a plan for yourself, and if you will just move along at your pace, put the blinders on, stop looking at all these other people and what they're doing, God, I sound like my parents, don't I? Why are you paying so much attention to what everybody else is doing? But if you pay more attention to your journey and really dig and really listen to what you need, instead of trying to be part of the group or trying to do as well as so-and-so or do it like so-and-so, do it like you. You're you, and make yourself the best version of you possible. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give me a share from time to time. I really appreciate those. I've been getting some nice shares on Google Plus lately. Anyhow, hope you have a wonderful week. Peace.